would also, may I ask you also to mute your microphone? Because, yeah, I can hear some background, yes, music or...
Dogs and children.
Yeah. Is that you, Karim? May I ask, is that your background? Yes. Sorry, can you
That is
mute?
me, yes.
Can you mute yourself? Because, yes, thank you. Yeah, just... And so before I actually go into the business section, I wanted to welcome our guests and just give them a brief chance to introduce themselves to all of us, and just tell us a little bit more also about how do they know about the VIC Toastmaster Club. So I first start with the first one who arrived here today, I think is Irina. Yes, she was the very first one who joined us the meeting.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Irena Shaleva. I recently started as an intern in the Finance and Budget Department in IAEA. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I was lucky enough to be introduced by Alma, and I'm looking forward to a very fruitful session. This is my second time here, but I'm already sure of being part of this amazing team.
Thank you so much, Irina. Welcome again. And the second one who joined us, it was Karen. Yes, I think she was the second one who joined us for the meeting.
Hi, everyone. I'm Karen Esposito. I work at UNODC in the VIC. I've been in Vienna for about 8 years, maybe, and I've known about Toastmasters for a long time, but got reminded by Sila last week, and so she invited me to observe your meeting. Nice to meet you all.
Welcome, Karen. Yes. And also we have another guest also visited us for the second time, right? And sorry, Wimani. Sorry, you are muted. Yeah, sorry, I guess I didn't get it right.
Adewumi.
Adewumi, yes.
Yes.
Adewumi, welcome
right.
again.
Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. This is my second time here. I work with IAEA, and I've been in Vienna for about 9 months. And so I believe 9 months is like a gestation period. So I'm coming out to interact with other people. And so I have always wanted to join Toastmasters. I moved from the United States of America, and it just didn't fit into my schedule. So I'm really happy that we have one here on site. Really happy to be here. Nice to meet everyone.
Thank you. Yes. And also, last but not the least, Karim, right? You're also a guest. Karim, would you like to share with us a bit more about yourself? Or is he disconnected now? I think maybe we can do it when he comes back. Looks like he's disconnected. No, now he's back. Karim, would you want to share a bit about yourself, and also how do you know about the VIC Toastmaster?
He seems to be having trouble.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like when he speaks, I guess then the connection might be off. So maybe we'll give it another try, and then we'll see if not, then we'll move on. Karim?
Hello, yes. I'm sorry, my connection is very stable. Can you kindly repeat the question or the state was addressed to me?
Well, just to introduce yourself and how do you know about the club?
Okay. Yes, my name is Karim. I'm 21 years old. I'm a student of LSE. I'm studying international there. I'm also studying architecture in Dubai at the same time. I've been in the most recent meeting in Vienna, and I know about this wonderful meeting through one of your colleagues. Her name is Tatiana Chernowska, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Yes, I think I remember now. You were with us last time for the in-person meeting as well. So sorry. Okay, good. Okay, so then now we'll move on to the business section. So the first thing that I just wanted to say is to welcome our new member, who actually now is officially a member of our club, is Arush. So now she has become, officially part of us. So maybe you would also to share with us a little bit how do you feel for being now a new member.
Yeah, I feel very good, and I think I can make the best of this opportunity. It's very nice to be a part of such a lively organization.
Oh, welcome. Okay, thank you. And we look forward very much to your ice-breaking speech where you can tell us a little bit more about yourself, and join us like for all this practicing. So just a quick rundown of a bit of the updates in terms for the club. So there are two aspects. One is the training. So as some of you might be aware, last time we mentioned that some of the club officers, we went for a training that was conducted by the area director. It was on a Sunday, the 14th of August, whereby our club, we actually have 5 officers joining the club training, which was really, really amazing. And I think one of the major takeaway that I get from the training is sort of like, what is the transferable skills that we can learn by being a club officer? So how does it, benefit me, my job, my career, my personal life in terms of being like the president of the club? So, and I think this is something that I would really love to share in my next speech, which I'm hoping to schedule in September. So yeah, stay tuned. And just one more information about training is there would be online training that is offered by another German club, German-speaking club in Vienna that is about easy speak and pathways. And so I would send out the links through the WhatsApp and also email. You are most welcome to join. Of course, the presentation will be delivered in German, but in case you have questions, if you have concerns, you can also ask in English. That's just the information from the other club president. And okay, so apart from training, we also have some social activities. There would be a drinks event in the evening this Thursday at 7. That is for all Toastmaster in Vienna, and it's the Sand Bar, I think. But I will send out again the details through the WhatsApp and also the emails. But it would be 7 p.m. this coming Thursday. And also a lot more in September. There would be a business run that is would be also, joining hands with other Toastmaster clubs in Vienna, which our club, we would have one team, 3 of us. That's me, Elmar, and also Godona would be running on behalf of the club. So that is the 26th of September. We also just got to notify that that would be the middle of September. That would be the club day inside the VIC. So 14th to 16th of September, where there would be the club day, meaning, some of you might know is an occasion where all clubs in VIC, they can showcase their clubs inside the Rotunda, introduce to the others, tell them more about, what your club is all about. So I'll definitely give you more information. And in case anyone would want to help, volunteer, you're most welcome. There would also be a social event that would be with other district officers, because these would be Toastmaster club that is within the same district but outside of Austria, who would come to Vienna for training in September. And there would be a social event whereby we would also get the chance to meet other Toastmaster clubs officers outside of Austria. And I will give you the details also later. So that's it for the business section. And yeah, now I would like to hand the floor to Monica, who is our Toastmaster of the day. Monica, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Sila. So good morning, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today I have the honor to be the Toastmaster of today, which means that I will have the pleasure to guide you through the meeting. Our theme today is change, the word change. Change is the only constant in life. What does change mean? Change means movement, to undergo a transition, transformation. And as you know and have probably experienced as well, there is nothing permanent in life except of change. Our meeting today consists of 3 parts. The first part is one speech. We only have one speech today. Then we have the table topic sessions. And at the end, we have the evaluation section. So before we start with the first part of the meeting, I would like to invite our general evaluator today, Toastmaster Adot, to present her team. Toastmaster Adot, the word is yours. Adot, I think you are muted. We don't hear you. I hope there is no technical problem. Adot?
Sorry.
Now,
I had lots of things open and I lost track of where the tab was. I'm sorry. So, as evaluator, general evaluator, my job is to speak about what we have done. I also have a team that will help make that assessment. And that team includes our grammarian, whose job will be described shortly by Sila. Or shall I just say the names and then we continue? Sila, you're our grammarian today, correct?
Yes, I am.
So can you just 10 seconds say what the grammarian does?
Okay, so the main job of a grammarian is to note the good use and the not so good use of English throughout the meeting, and also to introduce the word of the day. I think Monica basically says the theme is called change. And when we talk about change, I think we also got it from last times from Ria's message. Change is constant and change is inevitable. So the word of the day that I have picked is inevitable. Meaning that something is something that you cannot avoid. And so I would note the use of it, of the language, and also who used the word of the day.
Thank you. The next team member for the evaluation section is the timekeeper, who is Maria Teresa, Toastmaster Maria Teresa.
Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, we learn communication and leadership skills in Toastmasters, but also how to keep track of our time. I'm going to be your timer today. For a brief explanation, the prepared speech is scheduled to be 5 to 7 minutes. I will put up the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. For the table topics, the target time is 1 to 2 minutes. Again, green comes at 1 minute, yellow comes at 1.5, and red comes at 2. And for the evaluation, the objective is to give an evaluation in 2 to 3 minutes. So again, 2 minutes is green, 2.5 minutes is yellow, and 3 minutes is red. That concludes my introduction of the timer's role. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maria Teresa. Unfortunately, we didn't really see you because I think your video is off.
Yes, if I may make a suggestion, Maria Teresa, we didn't see because we don't have the camera, but if you can just post a message at each of the milestones, because the message will come as a pop-up in the chart, and then you just post now this is 3 minutes so everybody can see it rather than having the visual signs.
Okay.
Will that work for you, Maria Teresa? You are muted.
Maria Teresa, did you hear the suggestion?
She's
Okay.
muted. You're muted, Maria Teresa. We don't hear you.
All right, I'm only saying if they can't see me, they have to be giving their speech or whatever, and then they have to peek over at the chat. I think that's distracting, but I can do it.
Okay, yeah.
Perfect.
Alternatively, switch on your video.
I'd rather learn how to switch on the video. Can somebody assist me there?
Press the video icon, the camera.
I did that already, and it said it isn't supported.
Ah, that's why. Okay. Well, then I guess we have no choice but to read what you write in the chat.
Okay.
Thank you, Maria Teresa. The next team member is myself, the R counter. And the R counter's job is basically to note the number of times we use filler words and sounds. So whenever we go or you know, these types of filler words and sounds, I will count them because it affects the way your speech comes across. And the objective is to keep those to a minimum. The idea, actually, small tip, breathe instead of making a noise. And with that, I think the other last member of the evaluation team is Melissa, who will be evaluating Lily and will present her role at that moment. So with that, I would like to return control of the meeting back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, super.
Very good. Inez is here as well.
Inez.
Yeah, I made it.
Great, you managed. Very good.
Oops. Never give up. Never
Can
give
I
up.
ask please Toastmaster Sila to write the word of the day in the chat box so that we can all see it? And thank you very much, Adot, for introducing your team. So I will now pass to the first part of the meeting. That is the part where we will have the speech of Lily. Lily is our first and only speaker today. You know, I mean, I think everybody knows Lily very well. She's a very experienced Toastmaster. Before I go on, I see someone is raising her hand, and I think it's Toastmaster Adot. You wanted to say something?
Correct. Inez joined us quite late. We're happy you're here, Inez. And Inez's role is table topics master. Will she have to introduce herself at this point or later?
No, later on, when
All right.
the second part of the meeting starts, and that will be the table topic master.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you anyway for that. And I will continue to introduce our first speaker, who is Toastmaster Lily. As I said, I think all of you, even perhaps our guests, know Lily. She's very experienced with giving speeches. Lily, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have been with the club for at least 15 years. And Lily is a very multitasking person. She's engaged in many different clubs. She has a blog where she posts very interesting topics. In the last blog that she had, I read actually that she gave an impromptu speech through Facebook. And she mentioned that she has a big repertoire of topics that she would like to talk to. Today, I think she's going to speak about Toastmasters, and I'm really looking forward to listening not only to this speech, but to the many other things that she has to say. Lily's evaluator today will be Toastmaster Melissa. She's a competent communicator in Toastmasters, and I'm happy to see her after a very long time of absence. So please help me to welcome Toastmaster Melissa. She's going to read out the objectives of Lily's speech. Toastmaster Melissa, the word is yours.
Thank you. And I already am here to be the biggest cheerleader for Lily that is overcoming the challenge of not being able to share her screen. But as we know, she's an experienced speaker and she will do a fantastic job. What I have here, and basically the purpose of the project is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. and is to demonstrate that he or she has applied feedback received on her first speech evaluation and feedback. So this is what the paper that I had here from Maria Teresa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Melissa. And if I'm right, her speech is going to be between 5 and 7 minutes, right?
5 and 7 minutes, yes.
Before I continue and give the word to Toastmaster Lily, I think Toastmaster Adot, you have raised your hand. You want to say something again?
Sorry, that's an old legacy hand. My mistake.
Okay. So, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Lily.
Fellow Toastmasters, what a privilege, what a thrill to be at the first Teams meeting of the VIC Toastmasters Club online with you also at the VIC participating. My topic today is communicating through Easy Speak. As the project was already introduced, it's about learning from feedback, and the particular speech that I'm making is from the Strategic Relationships project. I want to inspire you to use Easy Speak in your club communications. I hope you can hear me well because I'm hearing a lot of squeaking. So Scylla has offered to share the screen on my behalf. So Scylla, if you would like to open Easy Speak, and I see we have, I assume it is our meeting today. When you have a look at Easy Speak, you see the meeting, and on the top of the meeting, you have the option, you can see the names of the club members who have registered for that meeting with a /29. At the very top, you see member, and I'm looking at the meeting for next week, which shows me now 429, and it lists the names of all of the members in our club. Now you can click on any one of those names if you'd like to click on a name in there, and you see what happens. It opens up that person's profile. Now to communicate with that particular person, all you need to do is click on, take the bottom one, email, please click. And there you see a window opens where you can send an email message. The subject line is there, the name of the person is there. You write your message. Underneath the box are two other check boxes, which you may check or uncheck according to your needs. Send a copy of this email to yourself. I always have that checked. That way I get a copy of the emails that I send using this function via Easy Speak. The second one is to include a link to the next meeting, a great tool to use to inspire our members to participate in the next meeting and to actually sign up for the meeting. Now, please close that communication box, the X on the top, and close the profile. Thank you. Now, when you scroll up to the top of the screen of the Toastmasters, you see of Easy Speak, you see the VIC Toastmasters Club name at the very top, Toastmasters Europe, VIC Toastmasters Club. See your own photo on the left of the screen. Now, there's a blue button on the left side in the left panel, Easy Speak Training. Woohoo! This is where you can learn a lot about Easy Speak. You can join social media and join a Facebook group and find lots and lots of training videos about what you can do on Easy Speak. I love making videos, training videos on Easy Speak. Now, please go across the top panel. You see a number of tabs: Home, VIC TM Blog, Meetings, My Participation, My Communication. Now, when you click on My Communication, please click on My Communication, Scylla. That's the top tab. I don't know if I can't see, the screen is so small. I don't know if you've done
The top one is discussion forum.
She
Okay.
clicked on the left panel.
Click on the discussion forum.
I think you should
And
scroll
what you
up.
find there is that there is actually a VIC Toastmasters Club members discussion. And have a look at the dates. Have a look at the dates. Of course, I can't see it on this phone screen, but I had a look before. And the last post was in 2014. So this is a function of Easy Speak that we have, where we can hold discussions within the club, and it has actually been used by our club in the past. So that's up there, that's on the My Communication. However, for the communication and sending emails to work properly, you would need to set up your profile. Now, please go to the top tab and click on Profile. Now, when you click on Profile and click on the red link that opens up on Profile, and hold it, hover, and then click on the profile, then a whole list opens up, a new box with tabs, and the first tab is registration. Now, in registration is your username, and underneath that is the email address. It is important, it is imperative, it is essential that the email address on your profile in that registration link is the communication email address, the correct place where you can be reached, because this is the address that EasySpeak will use when anybody else in Toastmasters uses EasySpeak to communicate with you. The emails will land in your email box, in this email box that you have here. Ideally, it should be the same email address that you have on Toastmasters International. And when you have your correct email address there, then you can communicate with others and others can communicate with you. Now, please go to the second tab, Personal. Now, on the second tab, you see right at the bottom is a signature box. This is where you can fill in your signature so that when you use the function of sending a message to another member, your signature will be added automatically. I always add my own email address and my own phone number so that when EasySpeak sends my message out to the club members, they also have my personal email address, which is not normally visible in EasySpeak, and my phone number, which is actually visible on my part because I've made it public. But you have the option to keep this private. You have the option to show it only to the club executive or to club members, or to make it public, as I do. However, on my signature, I have added the information that I want to share when I post mails to club members. And I advise you to fill in your signature on that second tab, the personal tab, in your profile. Also an images tab. If you could go to images, please. And images is important because when you've got your photo in there and people want to have a look who you are or how the club exists, then they can find you there. For example, now back up to this club, the tab on the top, scroll right up to this club and go to the club directory. Now here you can find all about our club, and you can scroll down and see the club offices. So you can see the names of the people who you met at the meeting, and you can see their functions, their roles in the club. Now, I don't use any clock or time, and I can't use my timer when I'm using my phone. I think that might be around enough time and information for one shot. And I encourage you all to use the communication one more thing I want to tell you is zap across to the left panel, please. And you will see you have welcome, your name, and links, VIC Toastmasters Club and Area F2. Now, when you click on Area F2, what happens? The information in the box changes from the club information to the area information. Area is next level. Area is next level, and you can even communicate with the people on the next level by going to their name, clicking on their name, and you can send them an email. You can send them a message. And that even goes to the division. When you zap back again, Division F, Austria, on the left, and click on there, then you will come to the division information, and you'll see that this information, my passion is now to help on the division and district level to update all this stuff so that we have access to one another across the board throughout the division, because there are a few glitches there where information was not put in at the right time or hasn't been set up properly. We can communicate with any names that we find in EasySpeak. However, some of the options that EasySpeak offers that I wanted to share with you don't work when the information isn't right. So please add your email, add your face profile, and get communicating. Perhaps even start a forum topic. Anyone can do it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
So finally, I managed to unmute myself. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Lily. I learned a lot. I didn't know many functions that you explained. I didn't know how to see our members of the Toastmasters directory club. And I just noticed that many of us don't have a picture. So it would be great if we could all update it. So thank you once again for this very instructive speech. I would like to give you 1 minute now to give some feedback to Toastmaster Lily. Perhaps you can write it directly to her in the chat box. And I would like to request our timekeeper to give me a signal when the minute is over.
Sorry, I can't find the chat. Or shall we use WhatsApp?
I agree with you. I cannot find it either. Does anybody
How
know?
about Masters and sending me a message by the communication system on EasySpeak?
EasySpeak. We have to go there.
Excellent idea. So we learn how to use it.
I get to see it because I can't see it on my phone anyhow either.
Okay.
Okay. So I would say that we still have 30 seconds to write something to Lily. So now time is over, and I would like to go to the second part of the meeting, the table topics. As you perhaps know, probably our guests don't know yet, table topics are intended to help members to develop the ability to organize their thoughts quickly and respond to an impromptu question or topic in a professional way. We're going to practice that now, and for that, I would like to introduce our table topic masters today, Toastmaster Ines. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Ines.
Thank you. Yes, Toastmasters, we made it. In spite of all these logistical hurdles. For me, it was a real living experience, but certainly a learning experience. One question, how much time do we have to do this session? How many questions could we have approximately, or we just start and see how far we come?
I think we should just start.
I propose you ask people who don't have a major role questions and then see how that goes first, and then maybe go back to Monica for time. But
Okay.
Anybody who doesn't have a major role.
Okay, Monica, please help me with the time, because I was requested to prepare a number of questions which were a bit more extensive than normal, because our second speech was not on the agenda for this meeting. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, as Toastmasters Monica said, this is a safe environment. It is really helping, the session will be helping us to think on our feet. The theme of today's Toastmaster table topic session is change. And change should be actually renewal. Change in several areas of our lives is keeping us on our toes. For this meeting, I had taken a quote from Anita Murjani. I'm going to give you her names later on. And she said, everything that seemingly happens externally is occurring in order to trigger something within us to let us grow and to take us back to whom we truly are. And I tell you, the beginning of this meeting and putting everything together, let me really remember that we really need this quote. And I already start working with it mentally. I have prepared a couple of questions around this theme. And the first question I would like to put to Toastmaster Sela. Toastmaster Sela, we see that the economy which we have is slowly failing us. My question is, do you agree? And you are now being asked to come up with a very practical way of conceptualizing some new economic measures. And my question is, what will be your focus? Please give me an idea. Give us an idea. If you agree, of course, that the economy is failing us.
Thank you, Ines, for the question. I am trained as an economist, but I guess Melissa would also know this very well. You should never believe or trust anything that economists say, otherwise we won't be where we are now. Indeed, I think most of us can feel the pain that has been caused, economically, psychologically, over the past few months, and actually since the beginning of the pandemics. To come up with a plan in terms of how to get us out of this current situation, I think we have to ask ourselves back to the very basic, what do we really want in our life? I don't think any economic measures is gonna help, or what government can put out, in order to save the economy. But I think it's really down to every single one of us to ask ourselves question, what is the most important thing in life that you value? A lot of people basically now start to think about they want better work-life balance. They might not make so much money anymore. They might not want to climb the corporate ladder because it's just not necessarily doing any good in terms of their long-term growth and health. And I think that is probably the more sustainable way to move forward, just as what we have seen over the last decades. If we are just focusing on the economic development of a particular place or countries, it's just not sustainable at all. We forget about the environment. We forget about all these other things that we cannot put a dollar sign to it. And at the end of the day, a lot of things we simply cannot put a dollar sign onto it. So if I might recap, is just start asking each of us ourselves, what is it that we truly, really want to leave the legacy, to leave the world, to to the next generations, what is it that we want to pass on? And I think with that, then we probably would know how to find a way out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sila, for very thought-provoking concepts you have already shared with us. One question I had to ask is our timer. Who's our timer?
Toastmaster Maria Teresa.
Oh, Maria
me.
Teresa, can we see you somehow?
No, no, I don't have access to the video.
Okay, good.
I put the times in the chat.
All right. Wonderful. Thank
as
you.
Requested, as requested. I'm not happy, but I did it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. My next question has also to do with work, the jobs we're having, and the discussions in a number of countries, which we see they're going in the direction of a 4-day work week. Ooh, do you agree with that? And how do you want to shape this in your own life, if this option is possible? And I would like to ask Toastmaster Pinar, please give us your thoughts on this issue. Do we have Toastmaster Pinar? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for the delay. If my understanding is correct, I would prefer to work kind of hybrid model. I mean, 3 days a week. 3 days a week. I would like to work from home. It means online, and 2 days would be on site. It works for me much more convenient way to work, because sometimes it is really challenging to find balance between my personal life and work life. So working like this way, it would be easier. And yeah, and I heard that some of countries which the 4 days a week working model sounds traffic for me. I wish I had same opportunity, but and also I believe that it might be increase our productivity, but not sure. Probably it depends employees self discipline also. And good, 1 minute is over. So thank you for question. Back to you, Ines, Toastmaster Ines.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster Pinar, you have put some thought in our heads, which we really will have to elaborate later on. When we talk about work, we also talk about home, our home. And our home becomes actually much more important to us. And if you look around, if you look especially at the media and the private sector, you see that a lot of these companies are looking into labor savers at home. What are labor savers? Are they actually robotics? Does this have anything to do with AI? We also see that Amazon is buying robotics companies to clean homes. Maybe you are familiar with the iRobots. My question is now, what has cleaning to do with robotics? And why do we need artificial intelligence in our labor saving efforts in our home? And with this question, I would like to go to a guest who was with us last time, and I would like to ask Ade Wunmi to give your thoughts and share your experiences.
Thank you very much, Ines. Thank you very much. Still on the subject of work-life balance that we've been conceptualizing with the other speakers, we find out that after work, there's a lot of work to be done. It's like we have two jobs, actually. When we finish at work, then we go home and then start working again, which is the second job with the family. We all know that when our tasks are so many, delegation is a good way to get a lot done, doing more with less. And so that's where robotics come in, because it's actually a way by which we can delegate the cleaning aspect, which has become a real life situation with us, with our families and all the activities that we go through. Cleaning is a very strong maintenance activity that we always have to engage in. And so with artificial intelligence being targeted to this, the measure of effort that we will put into cleaning will be drastically reduced, I believe, because the other option is asking for other individuals, like employing other individuals to come in to clean our homes. And we will all agree that there's management involved in that as well. And so when artificial intelligence can take up this kind of task, it kind of makes it into a routine for us, and it makes it easy for us to program and schedule in such a way that we're actually balancing work and life a lot more. And so with that being said, and just to recap, artificial intelligence in cleaning is very relevant to the subject of work-life balance.
Thank you, Adewunmi, for your thoughts on this. And going to another type of change, which we really see happening all over, is in the area of communication and culture. Netflix is telling us what to watch. Perhaps some companies are telling us what to buy, although we sometimes don't need it. The internet is telling us what to think sometimes. Your thoughts, Maria Teresa, please share your thoughts with us on this issue.
Gladly. Can somebody time me, please?
I will time you.
Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, I may have a reputation of being anti-technology. I'm not. I like technology, but I like technology when it serves me and not when I am a servant to it. How many different email systems do we have floating around? Okay, we've got Cello, we've got Microsoft, we've got blah, 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 blah. But do we really communicate any better? I'm not convinced. In any event, I don't shop at Amazon. I don't subscribe to Netflix. I'm not on WhatsApp, but I still think I'm a good communicator. Why? Because I've learned in Toastmasters how important it is to connect with people. And for me, people are always going to be the most important thing. I had to laugh at Adamunwi's comment about intelligent IA or AI and robots. I'd never get a robot to clean my place. They wouldn't do the job that I do. I'm awfully sorry. They might go around in all kinds of directions, but I'm sure I'm much better at taking care of the dust and the dirt. I can't see how much time I have left. In any event, I embrace technology, but again, only when it's in my interest and not when I'm forced. I hate to have the feeling I'm being forced to do anything. Of course, it's inevitable that you have to go with the times. You have to keep abreast of certain developments. But I see, even with this meeting today, that technology is not always our friend. And with that, I return control of the meeting to our topic master of the day, Toastmaster Ines.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Maria Teresa. Wow, you put some stuff in our heads to chew on. And my next question is something which we see. This sounds a bit spooky, what we are seeing at the moment on the planet. We will have to face changes on the planet. It's happening. We will have to deal with it. And we will also have to be open and embrace whatever changes are on their way. When we're talking about changes in our planetary system, we're talking about the Earth, which will be yours specifically. And I am asking Toastmaster Brigitte to share her thoughts with us. Toastmaster Brigitte. Are you there?
You have to unmute herself.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Please, could you repeat the last part of the question?
Which of the changes will be specifically yours when it comes to changes to be supported on our planet?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, it's challenging because there are so many changes going on nowadays, changing in the environment, which are not to the best, changes in society, changes in the way how we are living, changes in technology. So very difficult, but I think one of the most important things would be that we really should care more about our environment, about the climate, about the development of our Earth, because I mean, we do not have control about it or on it, but giving up and not trying to change our way of life to stop the climate change would really, and this would be inevitable, that we have to change the way we live to save the planet. Otherwise, no other changes could take place anywhere, because if we think about changes in the society and not taking care of our environment in the long run, there will not be any possibility anymore to live on this planet. So I think this might be, in my opinion, the most important thing, and each and every one of us really should do their best to contribute for better how shall I call it? Should try to care and think more about it, what we do to the earth and how we destroy it with our way of living. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brigitte. I really think...
Ines, sorry to disturb. I think we should stop it now, but sorry for interrupting. Just the time would be over now.
Okay. Thank you so much for all your contributions. And really, we have to be thankful that we are given the energy to deal with all these different issues which we will somehow have to deal with in the coming years, in the coming months, even in the coming weeks. But we are ready to do that and to go for it, hopefully. We have had 5 questions, and we had, let me just recap who we had. The first question regarding the economy was answered by Toastmaster Tsela. Then we had Toastmaster Pinar for the 4 days a week working week. Then Toastmaster, our guest actually, Miss Lewis, Labor Savers at Home. Maria Teresa had given her views on communication and culture. And the last one was Brigitte, which was she focused on the changes on the planets she would like to see. In any case, we hope that we can have also a ballot for the best table topics input. And with that, I'm handing over control of the meeting to Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ines. Thank you for recapitulating the topic of change in such a nice way and for choosing all these questions. I'm just wondering, how can we provide our vote to the ballot counter, because we don't have a chat box in Teams, Microsoft Teams. Does any of you have an idea how to submit our vote?
I think Pina just offered a solution in the chat.
Pina has posted something in the chat.
Her number.
Some of us can't see that chat.
Yeah, some of us cannot see the chat. Unfortunately, I think
some of us can't leave the screen to go to the phone.
Oh boy.
I would send the number in the. I would send the number in the WhatsApp group.
Ah.
How about that?
Thank you. Not everybody has WhatsApp, but I can see it in the chat. I'll call her.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have a solution to these inevitable problems that we have with technology, or challenges. Let's put it that way. So finally, I got to use the word as well. And I would like to go now to the third part of our meeting. That is the part about the evaluation, the giving part, where we grow and we learn to be better and to communicate better. So now our general evaluator today is Toastmaster Adot, and I would like to call her to present her evaluation. Toastmaster Adot, the word is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. We are having, as would be inevitable in such circumstances, serious challenges in making sure that we do our jobs well and that our meeting runs smoothly. So my evaluation task here is to provide feedback on fairly different aspects of the meeting. And the first part of this feedback will be provided by the evaluator for the first speaker. And that is Toastmaster Melissa. Toastmaster Melissa, please present your evaluation of Toastmaster Lily's speech.
Thank you, Adot, and thank you so much, Lily. I'm really, really happy that you went ahead and you didn't give up. These, the COVID times, are we post-COVID, are we still in COVID, you name it. But these are challenging times, and we hear again and again, it is so difficult to navigate. But the only way to navigate unpredictable environments is to just go for it and don't think too much. The challenge presented at you on a short notice, and thank you so much for your resilience, and keep it up, really. Never doubt your confidence as a speaker. I had seen that. I also saw it in a TEDx event here in Vienna, where the first speaker was totally let down by technology, and the first 15 minutes was just she and trying to pull up her slides. But she was hanging in there, so these things happen. I just kept saying, forget about the slides, just go ahead and do it without the slides, but she really wanted to do it with the slides, and then it became more challenging. And thank you also, Sila, for stepping up and sharing the screen. You excelled on that. You went out of your comfort zone. You presented, although you didn't have direct access to your visual aids, and this was done with Sila. What you may want to work on, or to challenge yourself even more, is just become more proficient with MS Teams, because today we are here in this friendly group. Tomorrow, maybe you're going to be among other people that you don't know that well. and you don't want to be remembered by Lily, the one that doesn't know MS Teams. So MS Teams is being widely used here in the VIS. Indeed, there were many questions regarding Zoom and whether Zoom is a safe gateway. So I think each organization went ahead with their own policy, but Teams is really being widely used also in schools. So go for it, we will support you. Also, you excelled on picking the topic, because I myself were learning so many things today regarding easy speak, and sometimes we say, you know, it's easy to navigate, but I didn't even know all the possibilities that were inside that platform. And so thank you so much for sharing and showing this to us. I would also have to report on how you have applied feedback from your last meeting, but I do not know because I did not attend the other meeting, and I do not know what feedback you had. A couple of issues maybe that I put as accomplished, maybe you could improve, is actually the eye contact and the gestures. Of course, in this contact, you know, in this context, it was more challenging to you, but try to use that. You can also use gestures even in this awkward environment for you, in these MS Teams environment, and also with eye contact. So again, that's it for my side, and on behalf of everybody, thank you so much for the useful tips, Lily. Keep it up.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Melissa. Toastmaster Adot, please continue.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Melissa, for your evaluation. I hope everybody managed to also send their feedback directly to Toastmaster Lily on that. And on that, we'll move to a different section now, which will provide feedback on how many, not hours, on the grammar, sorry, on the grammar, which is Toastmaster Silla.
Thank you very much, Adot. And I have been taking a number of rows during the meeting, so I guess I probably have missed out some of the good use of the language, or didn't really, you know, manage to capture the full picture. But I guess this is just inevitable, how things would be when you have to multitask. The word of the day, inevitable, was used by Monica, Brigitte, and Adot. I guess there might be more, but these are the ones that I picked up. And I just share with you some of the interesting and beautiful phrases that we have used during the meeting. I think Adot has a very nice way to talk about her hand not being put down. It's the old legacy. Lily was really, what a thrill to join the Teams meeting, even though I guess that might give her actually more heart attack than thrill, but this is a beautiful way of putting it. And Ines also give us some interesting phrases where to think on our feet, but also she also mentioned keeping us on our toes. So it's the feet and the toes, beautiful. And Maria Teresa give us some thought-provoking phrase like, when it serves me, but not when I'm a servant to it. She would only embrace technology in her interests. And she concludes saying that technology is not always our friends, but I guess it's also not always our enemies. So here is a summary of the phrases that we have used for today. Thank you.
Excuse me, Silla, do we have a grammarian's crown?
Which would be the person you think had best use of English?
Or word or expression you liked? I think you're muted.
Sorry,
You're
I must say
muted,
that it's for today. I guess I would give both, like, 2 crowns, one to Ines and one to Maria Teresa. I think they both have really used very interesting and beautiful phrases, but at some point I sort of just missed some of them. So if I may, I would give both crowns to the 2 of them. Thank you.
I accept mine with pleasure. Thank you.
Right, that brings us to another assessment, this time from the timer, because as you all know, each speech should be presented within a given period, and one should make their best to be concise, yet clear and easy to understand. Our timer today is Toastmaster Maria Teresa. Toastmaster Maria Teresa, could you give us your report on how we used our time today?
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, we started really late, but I think we had a good meeting anyway. Here is my report. Lily, for your prepared speech, you took 10 minutes and 6 seconds. For the table topics, Scylla came in at 2 minutes, 20 seconds, Pilar at 1 minute, 21 seconds, Aravunmi at 2 minutes and 1 second, myself, I don't know,
1 minute
at 2 minutes, 27 seconds.
Sorry for the interruption. 1 minute, 45 seconds.
Thank you very much. So I was within the time. And last but certainly not least, Brigitte, you spoke for 2 minutes and 27 seconds. And Melissa, you deserve some sort of a special recognition because for your evaluation that was supposed to be 3 minutes, you were spot on. That concludes my report of the timer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Maria Teresa. And that brings us to me, the R counter, my second hat today. I was counting how many filler expressions we used, how many ums and so on. And in this case, there's a fee to pay if you have more than 10 R's. So let's see what it looks like. Melissa had 5, Monica had 5, Inez had none whatsoever, Pinar had 4, Scylla had 6, but she also used, 2 times. Maria Teresa so far has none. Our guest Adewunmi had 4 R's, but she also did something interesting, and she repeated the instead of saying and she also said 2 and said it again while she was thinking. And while she was thinking, she took a breath. These are good tips on how to avoid saying Brigitte had several. I'll cap it at 10. You had more than 10. And that's it. I didn't count myself because I couldn't. That brings me to the end of the R counters report. And with that, I can make the overall evaluation as a general evaluator. We challenged ourselves today by trying out Teams for the first time without running a rehearsal. So my suggestion is next time, let's do a rehearsal before we just jump into it and find out what works for whom. It's easier said after, of course, with hindsight. We didn't think it would be a challenge when we were deciding to do that. And because of that, of course, we started extremely late. On the bright side, every participant was very willing to help, very willing to take on their role, and very willing to commit to their task, including giving a speech that they didn't prepare. This is in the case of our guest, Ms. Lewis. The other thing I would like to say is that it worked. Nonetheless, we are nearly half an hour later than we should be. And that, I think, is the only major inevitability we had to face today. With that, I would pass control of the meeting to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Adot. I fully agree with you, and I will just keep it short because you have said everything. I think it was very good to use this new tool, Microsoft Teams today. I had used it before, but that's since a long time ago, so I forgot somehow how to use it. And I think since the topic of the day of the meeting was change, I think we have to get used to change and embrace change. So this was a change today of this tool, and we managed very well at the end of the day. Of course, we had some challenges and some little issues, but we had a great meeting, and we learned a lot of new things. So thank you to all of you, also for your spontaneity, because we had several changes last minute. But nevertheless, it was a very fruitful meeting and we had a lot of fun. So I will give the word now to our president, Toastmaster Sila. Please close the meeting, and thank you again to all the participants today. Nice afternoon.
Thank you so much, Monica. And yes, definitely. I think Pina wants to say something, and possibly Maria Teresa as well. That might be the best table topic speaker, I guess. Pina?
Yeah, you're right, Toastmaster Sila. There's a tie today, and we have two winners. One of them is you, Sila. Congratulations. The other one, Adewunmi. As I remember, she already left. Anyway, congratulations, all of you.
Thank you so much, Pina. Thanks for helping with counting the vote and also coming up with a solution within such a short time. Yeah, this is one of the things that Teams doesn't offer. Is the difference between Teams and Zoom. We cannot send a private chat in Teams in such a setting. So we'll need to find out, a way to resolve it if this is the way that we think we would be going. And Maria Teresa, do you want to say something?
Better not. I was, again, felt very detached. You couldn't see me, so you couldn't see me applauding, or you couldn't see any of my gestures. And I don't know, if it was up to me, I would go back to Zoom. Not that I'm against change, but I think there's some features in here that would take some getting used to. And I totally agree that we would, if we continue with Teams, need a dress rehearsal in the future.
Yep, definitely points taken, and maybe we can discuss it for the during the next XCOM meeting as well. So just one last word, going back to our guest Karim, who actually stays with us until now. Would you want to also share with us a little bit how you think about our meeting today, which is quite different from last time when you joined us in person, but equally fun, I guess.
It is equally fun. You're absolutely right. Of course, due to the poor nature of the internet connection that I'm experiencing right now. With that regards, it could have been better, but overall, thank you very much. It was wonderful as always, and very fruitful in terms of the content of the discussion itself. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. And I don't want to hold you up for your lunch, but thank you so much for everyone for making this happen. We cannot really manage it without each one of you, putting in the effort and, just embracing the change. So thanks a lot. And I will see you hopefully next in-person meeting, which is the 13th of September. So again, if you know that you would be coming to join us for the in-person meeting on 13th of September, please do sign up, Rose, on Easy Speak, and don't forget to send message to Lily via Easy Speak as well. So with that, I wish you a lovely afternoon. Thank you. Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nice afternoon.
Thank you all.